What's up everybody, Caesar Madrazo here, and we are back with more Doki Doki Blue Skies. So in the last episode, we cut off right as our teacher, Sakurai, was about to snap at us for daydreaming in class. Alright, so let's see what kind of trouble we can get into here. Caesar! Huh? What? With a sudden jolt of reality, I realize I'm back in the present. Given the way Sakurai is looking at me, he clearly noticed me dozing off. Oops. I'm going to assume you fell asleep because you stayed up late doing some reading about the war. Yes, sir, of course. Excellent. Then you'll be able to answer this next question without any difficulty. I gulp. Yeah, he got me in a trap there. Let's hope it's not too unreasonable. Can you explain to me how Great Britain got involved in the war? I don't know all the details, but I believe Great Britain got involved in the war because they were fulfilling an obligation that was written in a treaty to another nation. Basically saying, hey, you know, if we are ever in a war for any reason, then you're going to be our ally. That's how many of the nations got involved in the war. So let's see. Okay, this one I actually know. I vaguely remember Sakurai talking about this yesterday. Luckily, I'm able to answer his question satisfactorily. After what feels like an eternity, a wry smile appears on his face. So you're not even gonna give the answer? Come on! The late night study session really paid off, it seems. Yeah, totally. I totally just gave the correct answer, even though it never appeared on screen. He shoots me a knowing smile. I don't know if the mod developers would leave the answer out because they think that people would find it boring, or maybe they just were too lazy to look it up themselves. But still, that's I don't know. I'm more frustrated by the fact that they did not include the answer than I would have been bored if they had included the answer. And they could have given just like a short answer. Anyway, I weakly grin back. That was close. Luckily, by the time I woke up, most of the class had already passed. Just how long was I out for? Anyway, as the bell is about to ring, I figured I should finish my lesson before it rings for once. Even though I'm confident you would rather learn about the intricacies of war than go to lunch. As by a stroke of fate, Sakurai's stomach rumbles. He wearily rubs his face and laughs dejectedly. Well, if that isn't an example of Deus Ex Machina, then I don't know what is. A smattering of laughter fills his room. Class dismissed, everyone. Everyone begins packing away their things and heading for the door, no doubt eager to refuel after the morning's session. Caesar, a word, if you will. Oh, damn. Why do I get the feeling this is to do with me falling asleep? As the last student files out, I gingerly approach Sakurai's desk, a hint of resignation in my gait. Don't worry, there's no need to look so worried. You're not in trouble or anything like that. You had me scared, sir. I think every student dreads hearing those words. Ha! Can we have a word? Or, can you see me after class? If it's any consolation, Caesar, you'll still fear those words even after graduation. Oh? Mischief at university, sir? Now, that would be telling. Anyway, I'm getting a little sidetracked. I just wanted to know how you were getting on in class. With the course, that is. Ah, well, it's going pretty well, I'd say. History is one of my favorite subjects, and World War I is an interesting topic, even though I couldn't be bothered to provide an actual answer to that question that you asked. Plus, your teaching style sits really well with me, and I'm sorry for falling asleep in class. I know it was a little disrespectful. I just had a late night. There's a knowing look in Sakurai's eyes as he dismissively waves away my apology. Not to worry, Caesar. I know high school can be a trying period, especially when you have a lot going on. Besides, you answered my question correctly. Yes, totally. So it's fair to assume you at least have some idea of what I'm talking about. I can't help but grin at him. With the friendly, understanding aura he emanates, sometimes you forget he's a teacher. Although if you could try and refrain from falling asleep again, that would be much appreciated. Although his tone remains light and friendly, there's an edge of sternness in his voice. I guess it must be pretty disheartening as a teacher if one of your students falls asleep in your class. Oh yeah, of course. Won't happen again, sir. Good. Well, I just wanted to check up on you. You're doing well, so I'm satisfied. Do let me know if that changes. I'd be happy to assist where I can. Now, I shouldn't be denying you your well-earned lunch break. Ha, thanks. Have a good one too, sir. With a nod, he dismisses me and returns to his desk. As I make my way to the courtyard, I notice Yuri sitting by herself, lost in a book. As I approach her, I pause. Should I ask her to join me? She does look a little lonely, and we're all friends, right? Yeah, I think it's about time that we actually see one of the other characters interact with Caesar. So yeah, let's invite Yuri. As much as I think Yuri is someone who's comfortable being by herself, I think it'll be nice to have some new company during lunch. Besides, she gets along with Sayori and I. She looks really lost in thought. Never without her books, is she? Hey, Yuri. She jumps slightly, eyes widening at the sudden disturbance. Oops, I forgot she startles easily. Oh, good afternoon, Caesar. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. It's okay, I was just very much immersed in this book. I was going to invite you to sit with Sayori and I, but if you'd rather be left alone... A pensive look crosses her face. I get the feeling she isn't used to social invitations. Me? The one and only. Are you sure? I wouldn't want to disturb your conversation. Don't sweat it. It's fine. Well, if you're sure. I laugh as she packs up her things and follows me over. Leading the way, I spot Sayori in the courtyard and take a seat opposite her at one of the benches. Yuri follows suit. Hey, Yuri! How's your week been? It's been enjoyable so far. Learning a lot of interesting things. It's definitely stimulating. Well, so far, if I'm not mistaken, this is happening on Friday, isn't it? So it should be, it has been well. Although I'm glad it's the weekend coming up. Yeah, Sayori and I are with you on that. How about you two? How's your week gone? It's been okay. Some lessons are kind of boring, though. Still trying to wrap my head around some of the stuff we're doing in math. Japanese is going well, though. We've been looking at literacy techniques and how they can apply to poetry, so I think I might be able to try new stuff with my poems. Oh? Well, I look forward to seeing that, Sayori. Yeah, same. Monika will probably appreciate it, too. Speaking of which, we're having a meeting with the club after school today. Yep, we'll be focusing on what to do for Halloween. It'll be a lot of fun. That's right up your alley, huh, Yuri? How so? Well, Halloween is about horror, right? And your poems typically focus on darker themes. Ah, yes, indeed. She smiles dreamily. I guess a day dedicated to horror is like a dream come true for her. There's definitely a lot of room for creativity when it comes to that genre. Horror is ever so expansive. I don't like that stuff too much. Sometimes it can get really scary. Oh, not a big fan of fear, Sayori? Sorry, that didn't sound too ominous or weird, did it? No, not at all. I've always admired how you stick to your interests. It's really cool to see. Don't worry about it. Ah, well, that's reassuring to hear, I suppose. Makes for some nice variety in the club, Yuri. The bell rings, cutting short our conversation. What a short lunch break. Well, time to get these last few hours over with. See you both in the club. See you guys. She cheerfully waves. Until then. As I open the door, the familiar sight of the girls greets me. Although Monika is missing. It's a little unlike her to be late, isn't it? Then again, she was tardy that one time during the first week at the club. Hey, everyone. Hey. Hi. The girls have pushed a few desks together and are sitting in a row, with Sayori on the left, Yuri in the middle, and Natsuki on the right. I wearily flop next to Sayori. Hello, Caesar. How were your last few classes? About as fun as the last few classes on Friday could ever be. While school can be a wonderful place to learn new things, I'll admit that a weekend break is always appreciated. It's nice to have a break. For sure. By the way, does anyone know where Monika is? We were just talking about that. She was the one who set up this meeting, yet she's late for it. She rolls her eyes. I bet she's playing the piano or coming back from tennis, or whatever her latest hobby is. As she says that, the door opens and Monika comes bursting in, an apologetic look on her face. Sorry. I'll keep this one brief, don't worry. Sitting at a desk in front of us, she pulls out her laptop and fires it up. There's silence as the machine whirs to life, along with slight anticipation. Unfortunately, there's still a trace of tension in the air, undoubtedly stemming from everyone's memory of the festival. Are you kidding me? It's been almost a month now since the festival. Are you serious? It's not particularly prominent. The club still has a laid-back, cozy aura, but there's just enough to serve as an uncomfortable reminder. I guess I was naive to think something so serious would get brushed over so soon, especially the argument between Natsuki and Monika. Nonetheless, Monika, with all her charms as the confident leader, is quick to move things along. Okay, everyone. So, as you guys know, Halloween is coming up. Sayori and I were thinking, how does a Halloween party sound? A Halloween party? Didn't think you were much of a party girl, Monika. No, not that kind of party. I mean, if we held a little event here, in the school. Yeah, we could share scary stories, dress up, that kind of thing. Yeah, that sort of thing. Sayori gave me the idea. We could all write horror-themed poems in the spirit of Halloween. As expected, Yuri's eyes light up. Natsuki, on the other hand, doesn't look quite as, convinced. Scary poems? It's not really my kind of thing. Well, see it as an opportunity to try something new and grow as a poet. It would definitely be interesting to see what you come up with. See? That's the attitude to have, guys. Plus, it's been a while since I've done anything for Halloween. I was initially against it at first, but Sayori can be pretty persuasive. And I think I should be able to find some time for it, so what do you guys think? A Halloween event, huh? Much like Monika, it's also been a long time since I've done anything for this festivity. Most of my Halloween memories come from the pranks Sayori and I would pull on each other back when we were children. Although a distant memory, I'd be lying if I said they weren't fun. Yeah, sounds cool to me. I'm in. Although we've got to tell ghost stories too. You know, go all out. I think that's a wonderful idea. Of course you would, Yuri. Yeah, okay. I get to scare the crap out of you with my scary stories. Well, Natsuki is oddly enthusiastic about something that she, in the vanilla game, said that she absolutely hated. I'm down. Yay! It'll be fun, guys! I just have one question, though. You said we'd hold the event here in the school, assuming... whoa, this is Yuri talking. Assuming we would do it while it's dark, wouldn't the school be closed? Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Unless we did it at one of our houses. I don't know if we'd have room, though. Unless you planned on, like, breaking into school after hours. Well... The moment of silence, along with Sayori's tone of voice, is incredibly telling. No way. You honestly let Sayori talk you into that, Monika? Sayori would not do that. Come on now. No. This is very far from the range that Sayori would be okay with. If Sayori is the kind of girl that would freak out because Yuri brought a bottle of alcohol to the club room, she is definitely not the kind of girl that would greenlight breaking into the school after hours. Eventually I told Sayori I was fine with it, but I'm still on the fence about it. Yeah, Monika wouldn't allow this either. Monika would be even less likely than Sayori to be okay with this. Now that I'm thinking about it, could we host the party at one of your places? Natsuki? No. It's a pretty cool idea to break into school. I don't think even Natsuki would be okay with this. Gotta have that rebellious teenage spirit, right? Yeah, but a school, Natsuki? I don't think that you would be all for that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe out of all of the girls, Natsuki would probably be the least apprehensive about it, to be fair, because she doesn't like spending time at home. So maybe Natsuki would be okay with it, but not because of, you know, some desire to, like, to just break into the school or whatever. It'd probably be more to just get out of the house. But what if we get caught? Yuri, you brought alcohol to the school. Yeah, I mean, like, that's something that you probably would have gotten in even worse trouble for than breaking into the school. So you're worried about getting caught? We'd get in so much trouble. Sorry, Yuri, but I'm with Natsuki here. No, I'm not! I am totally not for this. This is, one... The risk versus reward involved here is really bad. I mean, okay, first of all, I mean, how does this promote the club in any way, shape, or form? Like, Monika, you know, if this is supposed to be a club meeting, then, like, this should be some sort of promotion, like, in some way, either to increase morale, or to advertise, or do something to help the club. This doesn't seem to, you know, this doesn't seem to be about that at all. And secondly, like, the risk versus reward, why the hell would you want to spend your free time going back to school for any reason whatsoever? I mean, I guess the only benefit I could see to that would be to, you know, go into all the rooms that you're not allowed to go into when you're a student, but even then, those doors would probably all be locked. So are you just gonna break all the windows and get yourself in even more trouble there? Like, I just don't see any reason why you would want to do this. I think it would make much more sense to either just have the event be like, you know, a one club meeting event during the school days, and if you want the room to be dark, then get, you know, some black paper, cover up the windows, and there you go. Or have just, you know, a Halloween party at one of your houses. I'm not for this. I am against what Caesar is saying here. I am not for this. Wouldn't the thrill of potentially being caught add to the atmosphere? You know, going on top of that, Yuri has said, like, in the vanilla, I don't know if there's any instance in the vanilla game, but I know that in most popular mods, the idea of having a little bit of a thrill of, you know, danger being involved in whatever she's doing, it somehow makes it more exciting. Again, I can't recall any instances off the top of my head where in the vanilla game Yuri said that. I know that in a lot of popular mods she's said that. So, I guess if it's not in the vanilla game, then you can't really knock the mod for not including this. But if it is in the vanilla game, which I'm trying to remember, then Yuri, of all people, would probably be a little more enticed by the thought of, oh, there's a little bit of danger involved here. Besides, it'll probably be really creepy here at night when everyone's gone home. Still doesn't make it worth it. Perfect place for this sort of event. See? This is not okay. I told you, Monika. Well, I was just surprised at how willing you were to break some major rules, Sayori. I'm surprised at how willing you are to break some major rules, Monika. I always thought of you as a student who wouldn't go looking for trouble. Well, once or twice won't hurt anyone. Yeah, until you're arrested for breaking and entering. Ha, don't let that innocent exterior fool you, Monika. Sayori can be ever so sly when she wants to be. You're calling this sly? She's got a hidden dark side, you know. But her hidden dark side doesn't include this kind of stuff. Hey, don't overdo it. He's not overdoing it. If anything, he's underdoing it right now. Aha, break it up, you two. Well, now that that's been settled, we can sort out some decorations for the room. Caesar, please, can we carve some pumpkins? What are you asking me for? Ask the club president. I sigh. As long as you don't accidentally drop one on my foot again, I'll try. Well, that's you two sorted. How about you, Natsuki? I could bake some cupcakes or some cookies. I love how organized they're being for this illegal activity they're about to partake in. Put some Halloween stuff on them, like spiders or whatever. They'd look awesome. And you can bet they'd taste as good as they look. Yes! You're the best, Natsuki. Jeez, all it takes is the mention of cupcakes, doesn't it? Yours are so good, though. Well, I am the best. And how about you, Yuri? Based on what you contributed for the festival, am I right in assuming some sort of contribution towards the ambience or atmosphere? All of this, all of this preparation for breaking into the school. Just, yeah, let's think about the ambience. Let's think about the atmosphere of this little break-in party that we're going to be having. Yuri closes her eyes, clearly in thought. I've come to appreciate how Yuri is someone who really thinks before she speaks. Yes, I think something like that would be ideal. And now she's just all for it. She went from, but what if we get caught, to, okay, yes. I'll let you know the finer details once I've settled on something, if that's alright. Of course! Well then, on that note, I think that's everything. She finishes typing and puts the laptop down. And she's organizing the break-in. That's amazing. Wait! We should all dress up, too. As in Halloween costumes. Yep. A bit old for that, aren't we? Come on. We used to have a lot of fun doing it when we were kids, so let's do it again. She does have a point there. I guess it could be quite amusing to see what she can come up with as well. What would we be able to come in as? Anything? As long as it's to do with Halloween, sure. Well, I don't really know if I'll have the time. Upon seeing Sayori's face drop, she hastens to speak once more, but I'll do my best. Yeah, I'm in too. Looks like, well, I'll have to get creative as well. Although at the moment, the only thing I want to do now is go home and relax. I want to go tell the administrators that on Halloween night to probably have some security around. Standing up, I stretch, yawn, and look at the clock. Anyway, I'll call the club meeting here. No poems today, sorry. That was like a 7-minute club meeting. Are you serious? But I'm sure your Halloween poems will make up for that. This could all have been handled via text message. Like, did you really have to have a club meeting about this? There's a general murmur of agreement as the girls stand up and pack away. Ready to go, Sayori? OkieDoki. This is starting to go down a pretty silly path, I have to say. Any plans for the weekend? Well, we've got to get our Halloween stuff sorted, remember? So let's head to town to get the pumpkins and things ready. Seeing as you're lazy, I'll let you sleep in and pick you up from your house instead of us meeting at mine. Hey, it's not like I can help it, you know. Anyway, let's meet at noon, okay? Sounds good. See you then. As she turns around and heads inside, I can almost feel my own home beckoning. It's that wonderful weekend feeling. Alright, so now, I'm guessing we're skipping to the shopping. Unless we get some sort of nighttime scene here. Ah, that was perhaps the most satisfying night's sleep I've had in a while. What time is it? Wow, it's 10:30? For me, that's super early. Well, 10:30, do you mean 10:30? This is the second Saturday in a row that I've woken up before noon. Am I slowly shedding my vampiric traits? As I draw the curtains and feel the sunshine flowing through the glass, I can't help but feel really content. In fact, ever since joining the literature club, even in spite of the festival, my mood's generally been so much better than usual. You know, I don't know. Like, I'm giving the mod a little bit of ribbing because they're having them dwell on the festival event for so long. But like that's partially because I mean there hasn't really seemed to have been much of a consequence of the event either. Like, it was a little bit of a plot point for Caesar and Sayori to start, you know, hanging out some more. But other than that, you know, there haven't been any students or teachers talking about the club event or anything like that. It just seems to be this thing, like it's, you know, like this horrible flashback. Like, in those, like, even though we've had those bad times, I'm feeling okay now. Anyway, perhaps it's due to what I told the girls before we started our recitals. It's just nice to have people my own age to hang out with. But what if? What if it's something more than that? Sayori? Even thinking about her brings that warm feeling back, although not as strongly. Could it be? Am I really starting to like her in that way? As if to interrupt my brain, my stomach grumbles. Guess I'll give this a muse over breakfast. What do I feel like having today? Cereal, toast, fried eggs, sausage, bacon, so many choices. I think eggs, sausage, and bacon will do for now. Much better. I can see why Sayori mentioned breakfast in her first poem. There I go again, always thinking about her. If I were to be honest, as much as I enjoy all the girls' company, I'd be lying if I said... I'd be lying if I said I'd be as excited if I were to spend the day with any other girl. Maybe it's because of the history we share? Or because Natsuki is a little too cold and Yuri's a little too quiet? I don't know. Since day one, I've always been comfortable talking to Sayori, and that's never changed. I swear, I read somewhere that you can go for years without talking to a friend, and then when you do finally reconnect, if you're able to get along like nothing ever happened, then it's the sign of a true friendship. Or I'm just looking into this too much. Feelings. And there was me thinking that the stuff we do in math is hard to get your head around. One thing that never changes is Sayori's inability to get up on time. 5 minutes pass and I grow impatient. Fishing out my phone, I shoot her a text. Well, you woke up at 10:30, man. I mean, did you spend an hour and a half eating breakfast? It's noon, you lazy girl. We've got pumpkins to carve, remember? So on that note, everybody, I think we are going to save here. And we are going to continue this next time. Alright, so we've got a little bit of Halloween mischief that's coming up. I think it'll be pretty interesting to see how that pans out. So, thank you guys for watching. For those of you who are interested, tomorrow tomorrow for me, maybe not tomorrow for you guys, but at July 11th, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a Red Dead Redemption live stream on DLive. I'll have a link in the description if you want to check that out. Also, the next Meta-Series episode should be coming out this weekend. So, be looking forward to that, and be looking forward to more episodes of Blue Skies. Thank you guys for your viewership and your subscribership. Subscribe to my Discord if you haven't already. There should be a link in the description below. And, I can't say it enough, but thank you guys for watching. This really is fun, and I hope to keep doing it. But, enough of my gushing. Until next time, I'm Caesar Madrazo, and I'm out.